Right, Paul. First question from the fans: do you have any hidden talents?
Um, no, I'm pretty average at everything really. Just, just play golf and I'm okay at golf and obviously football. I see myself as alright, but nothing. There's no hidden talents. No, can't
What?
think of any off the top of my head.
No musical instruments or anything like
No, nothing like that. I wish.
that? Okay. What do you think of the new Morrissey album?
Yeah, I mean, I really like Morrissey and I love the Smiths. I've listened to it a bit, but not too much. But like, I think he's a lyrical genius, Morrissey, and you know, I'm sure even if it was rubbish, I'd still think it was good because I like him that much.
Yeah. Have you read his book? Or?
No, I started it and then it was a bit complex, and I just sort of thought I'd give it a miss, but I could always come back to it.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody asked, how are you coping living on your own, bearing in mind the dishwasher incident?
Yeah, not a great start. It's good. Like I say, like I'm just focused on my football and you know doing everything right. And I mean, when I'm living on my own, I'm in control of everything. Other than like nearly dislocating my finger in the dishwasher, then it's been going great. I'm really enjoying it.
Brilliant. Somebody says you're into Bombay Cycle Club. What other bands are you into? And we know now you're into the Smiths as well. So.
I mean, I just my bands. I love all music, but particularly my bands. I like Bombay Bicycle Club, Foals, the Cortinas, Arctic Monkeys, Oasis, the Smiths, just endlessly. Like I love my music and massively into my indie music.
Yeah. Okay. What would you say is the biggest regret in your career so far?
Biggest regret is, I wouldn't say it's regret, it's frustration that I've obviously the last 2 years that I've not got as many games as I wanted like, and it's not that it's gone necessarily downhill, but it's not gone to plan where I've always progressed. Coming from the youth team, I've always progressed, and the last few years it's been a bit frustrating in that sense. So hopefully I'm young enough to get it back on the up and start my career.
Couple of quick ones here. Tea or coffee?
I drink both, to be fair, but I prefer coffee. Definitely coffee.
Okay. You've sampled the balcony in Charlton, haven't you?
Yeah, I think nearly every coffee shop in Cheltenham I've been in now.
Xbox or PlayStation?
I don't really play much computers, but I've always had a PlayStation. But my brother's got an Xbox and he says they're better. So.
Okay. Right. In a possession game in training,
Yeah.
which other 4 players would you want with you on your team?
Jeez.
At Cheltenham?
That's a tough question. At Cheltenham, I couldn't answer it because, there's 11 players in a team, and I'd like every one of them in my team to play with me. So I couldn't really give you 4 players from the team.
Okay. Is there one player who is particularly hard to get the ball off? Yeah.
Trying to think who. Andy Howarth, he's got good feet and he's tricky. He's got the left forward players. Asa keeps the ball a lot. Matty Richards keeps the ball, but it's hard to pinpoint one because obviously I've not been here too long as well, so it's just getting to know everyone at the minute.
Yeah. Okay. That might come into play with the next question then. Who's the strongest player at the club, do you think?
As in terms of
weightlifting.
Oh, weightlifting.
It's just pure strength, or shoulder to shoulder. Who would you not want to be?
Yeah,
50-50?
obviously, big Steve's the big tall, unit of the team, but Troy's really strong at the back. He goes into everything 110%. So I'd have to say without Steve and Troy, the 2 centre backs.
Okay. We know that you did well in the fitness test pre-season. Do you know what you got in the yo-yo test?
No, I don't know particularly what I got, but I know I was first in the running for the bleep test and that, which was really pleasing because like I say, I've been working hard to get myself into good shape, and like I say, I'm just so focused to do well for the club that being as fit as you can give you the best possible chance to do that.
Yeah. Okay. You were in the England youth setup, weren't you, at one point?
Yeah.
Somebody's asked what it felt like to represent your country.
Well, it's a bit of it's amazing to get the letter. When you get the letter, you see the letter from the saying that you've been called and up, but then I didn't play or feature in the game, so it was frustrating. But then it was just nice to then I always use it to joke about with my mates that, you know, where's your letter, and get my letter out and show everyone. And you know, it is proud, but obviously I would have liked to feature in the game.
Okay. Do you have any friends who used to play for Cheltenham? So you were obviously at Mansfield with Martin Riley, weren't you? Is there anyone else who?
Riles, I know Khalid Mohammed, and I obviously know Marlon Pack. He was we played a game, we came across each other last night, and Jason Taylor, who's here now, he came through the youth team with me at Oldham. He's a bit older than me, so I've known Tails for a while, and there's a few that I know.
Yeah, okay. What's your favourite fizzy drink?
Favourite fizzy drink? I'd have to say, I know it's bad for you, and I'd have to say Lucozade Orange.
Right. Okay, in moderation, fine.
Yeah.
Favourite type of food?
And I eat a lot of chicken, and just because it's got. But my favourite food will be fillet steak, and I like sweet potato fries.
Okay. I think you've only scored one goal in your career against Southend.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I shot myself, to be fair, because I just went on a bit of a maze, and then I scored with my right foot, which was even more of a surprise. So it was an unbelievable moment for me, and hopefully I can get a few more this year.
Yeah. Do you remember you were? I think it was your second appearance for Oldham.
Yeah.
It was against Charlton, wasn't it? It came on at half time.
Yeah, I remember it because obviously I played my first game. I remember now, but I could only play 15 minutes, so Cheltenham was when I played 45, and it was more of a I could establish myself. But yeah, like all the pictures around my house is just me playing against Cheltenham. So it's strange to think that I'm back here and playing for Cheltenham, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the fastest player you've ever come up against?
I remember when we played. I was at Oldham. We played Southampton, and they had like Lallana, Lambert, and then they obviously had Ox Chamberlain on the right wing, who was up against. You give me a bit of a bad time, but yeah, I'd have to say Ox.
Okay. What do you make of the Cheltenham Town fans so far?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've only played in a couple of games at the home ground, but everyone's been fantastic with me, really welcoming, and you know, I think it's a young team that they're willing to get behind us and support us, and hopefully we can give them something to cheer about this season. Okay.
I think this is from Twitter post. So you're going to get Uncle Barry down to Wadden Road anytime soon?
I think he'll get sent back or get arrested if he came down here. He's staying up north, but yeah, he's quite popular. We had the lads, every football team I've been at, like, they have him on Snapchat, and you know they find him hilarious. But yeah, he's a character, absolute character.
Okay. Why do you think you haven't had many first team chances in recent years, having been a regular for Oldham?
It was first when I was at Tranmere. I mean, when I first signed there, I got injured at the start of the season. I tore my thigh, so I was out for 10 weeks. And the Leftback, Zoom Bakayoko, played, and they've obviously that year they was top of the league all through the season. And Zoom got a move to Leicester. You know, he won Player of the Year, so I was always fighting my place with him, and never really could establish myself. And I wasn't allowed to leave on loan to get games because they wanted me part of the squad. And then the following year I went to Mansfield, and yeah, just the manager signed me without playing me at all, and I was not in control of playing and doing. But since then, you know, I've kept my head up and, you know, worked on my weaknesses and worked on my fitness, and you know, obviously I'm just raring to go and hungry to play football. Okay.
Who do you think are the favourites for relegation promotion in League Two this season?
I don't think you can call either, really. I mean, there's so-called favourites, you know. I don't think they scare us, and you know, we certainly don't. We won't be looking down the table, you know. I think most teams will have that mentality, because I think it's a fine line between success and failure in this league.
Okay. Are there any teams or players you take extra pleasure from beating?
Obviously now it's changed. Yeah, I think I'll take a lot of pleasure off a team this year, especially, and maybe, you know, a couple of others that my old teams that are all in this league. Even, you know, Carlisle and Tranmere, where I've had spells at. You know, it'd be nice to go back there, and obviously, it'd be nice to get the win if we can. Yep. Yeah, so there's a couple.
What was the highlight of your time at Oldham?
I think, like, obviously I was living at home, you know, and you've got everything pretty much done for you from your family, and you're with your friends and you're happy, and obviously I was playing regular football, which at the time, because you're a young lad, you come through, you don't really appreciate, like you don't really you take it a bit for granted. And from moving away and having bad experiences, I look back and go, it was great times for me then, and I'll always owe a lot to Oldham because they gave me the first chance to play professional football, and my old manager Tony Phillips-Girk, couldn't speak highly enough as his coach. He really developed me as a player.
Okay. I think we asked you this one just after you signed, but why Cheltenham Town?
It was one of the clubs that came up. Obviously, I'm a free player, and my last year I didn't play a lot of games, so and I think Mark Yates here is building a team of obviously hungry players, and I obviously just fitted that criteria. And in my eyes, Cheltenham there was no other club that I wanted to sign for. I really thought this was the right club for me, and I hope it proves to be the right club for me.
Who do you think's the best left back in the world, and are there any players that you sort of specifically base your game on?
I mean, yeah, my idol has always been Paolo Maldini. I just think how he's carried himself throughout his career, and he's a solid defender. He's more of a centre back, but he acquitted himself to turn his game into be a modern day left back and up and down. And I think he's my overall idol. But obviously, I admire Ashley Cole. I think he's been tremendous, for England, and to play how he has done at the top for so long, and I still think he's got a great job, and it's a shame that he's out of the Premier League. But yeah, I'd say Maldini and Ashley Cole have been my inspirations.
Okay. What's your perfect Sunday?
Perfect Sunday is probably spending time with my family. My mum makes a Sunday lunch that everyone comes round, and my house it's a big open house, and my uncle Baz comes round and provides entertainment for me and my best mate and my brother. We always have a laugh and rev each other up. So it's definitely I look forward to Sundays, going home and seeing my family.
Yeah. Okay. Have you always been a left back?
No. For school, and I played centre mid, and then I was in the hole when I was like a bit coming through the Oldham at the later age. I played in the hole as a number 10, and then as you go left footer, you get converted to be a left back, which I think it's my position now. I see myself as a left back, an attacking left back. I like to get forward, and I think left back's my best position. Yeah.
Okay. Who's got the best banter at the club, would you say, so far, from what you've experienced so far?
It's a tough one. There's not many. No, to be fair, me and Tails, Jason Taylor, because I've known him for ages, I can relate. We just click and we get on, and we try and rhyme Andy Howarth up a lot. He's we call him the spaceman, so we're just constantly giving him a bit of stick. So I have to say me and Tails.
Okay. Which player in the squad's got the worst accent, do you think? Because like you said earlier, there's quite a few Northerners in the squad now,
I know. Yeah, no, our accent's not the best, the Manchester accent. So I'd have to say probably us, but I'm just going to say Terry Garnell just because he's a Scouser, and Manx and Scouts don't get on too well.
Okay. How fast do you think you could run the 100 metres? Have you ever been timed?
Not really, no. I mean, we've done it pre-season where I've not been flat out. I've not done it. I've not run flat out like that for a while. But yeah, I'd see myself as quite quick. I'm not too sure what's the best time.
Okay. Last couple, Paul. Have you been watching any of the Commonwealth Games?
Yeah. I think it's great that how you represent your country, and I take my hats off to all them athletes, because they train so hard for so long, and they have to be so dedicated, and they have a lot of mental strength to train like that and then compete in a high pressure event. I take my hat off to every athlete there, and it's great to watch on TV. I think it's a great advert for sport. Okay.
What car do you drive?
I currently had an A3, Audi A3. I've had that for a while now. It's just I'm not really too fussed about cars. It does the job, so I'm happy.
Okay. Best and worst grounds you've played at?
I'd say, because I'd being a Man United fan, the best ground I played at is Old Trafford, and the worst ground, I don't know. I think that I don't pay attention to grounds really as much as I think the pitches. I look at the pitches, and it's nice to be playing football at either ground, so I couldn't really say the worst.
Okay. And final question: what are your views of Modern Road? Now you've had a couple of appearances there.
I love it. It's the pitch is absolutely fantastic. I mean, you've got to be playing football on that pitch because it's like a carpet at the minute, and the fans, they've come out in the numbers. There've been some good games for them to see. few local games, you know, with the two Bristol teams. Like I say, yeah, at the minute I'm just enjoying my time, and you know, I'm just concentrating on what to keep my head down, and work hard, and give myself the best chance to play on a Saturday. That's my main.
Brilliant. Cheers, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.